What's up, everybody? Soren Baker, and today on Unique Access on Best Albums, we have the honor and privilege of being joined by Darryl Pierce, aka DP, aka Big Dad from LA Posse. Thanks for coming through, sir.
Thank you for having me. What's going on?
Man, so Darryl has selected Whodini's Back in Black album. Now, this is Whodini's third album. It came out in 1986.
Yeah.
So they were already hip-hop superstars. They were rap phenomenons, and it had tremendous success with their self-titled debut album, and then, of course, with Escape. For those that have seen it, Dane and I did an Escape Best Albums, and if you haven't seen it, make sure to watch that after you watch this one.
I saw it.
So once we get to Back in Black, they had huge success, and they were rivaling, I would say, Run DMC in terms of popularity.
Look, a lot of people make the mistake. They don't know that Whodini was the first rap group to go platinum.
That is true. And it's, I've seen it, it seems like they try to scrub that from history, but it's true.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Whodini was platinum first.
Yeah.
And they had a phenomenal run. And by the time, when I was thinking about it, knowing we were going to be talking about this album, it's astonishing that in 1986, they were on their third album, because almost nobody had albums at this point in rap.
Yeah, and they recorded in
London.
Yeah, overseas. Yeah.
Yeah. So Jive Records, being at the time owned by a South African and in London,
they had passports.
Yeah. So there was a lot of great rap was actually recorded in London early in the game.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, and I wonder if that's how Derek B got in the building through all the trips. Profile Records, shout that out. But back to Whodini. So Whodini had this huge success, and then when we get to Back in Black, we have something that they've started on each of their three albums. You had Haunted House of Rock, then you had 5 Minutes of Funk, and then we have on this album, to start the album off, you have Funky Beat.
Right.
So for you, listening as a music fan, as a producer, as an artist yourself, what was the impact of Whodini starting these albums off so hard and so phenomenally on each of the three albums?
I mean, Whodini, my personal opinion, amazing. They were dope, musically, melodies. Shout out to Larry Smith, rest in peace. And Jalil with the pen was crazy. X with the voice, killing them. You know, and at the time the DJ, was nice, and that song in particular got everybody's attention because the DJ actually rhymed on the record.
Grandmaster D.
Yeah.
So that was, to your point, unusual at the time, and it really, I think, stood out because people, I guess, didn't really look at Grandmaster D in that regard.
No one really looked at DJs like that back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Perfect example. A lot of people don't know that Jam Master, rest in peace, was also a producer. You know what I'm saying? So, producers. I mean, the DJ was extra important, especially for the MCs. Somebody that could rock, the music while you on the mic, handling your business was very important.
And Jam Master Jay worked with you guys on the Real Roxanne album.
Yeah,
but we'll get to that at another time.
Yeah.
But with back to Funky Beat, and you had mentioned Larry Smith, since that's the name of the song and the beat is so phenomenal, the thing about it is even though they had these huge commercial songs or crossover songs, they also had these hard-hitting beats in particular that started their albums.
Right.
So how do you think that intro kind of affected how you listened to the album?
It's just, back in the day, you couldn't wait to hear what the next record or next album was going to sound like. You know what I'm saying? Because once you got into that group or whatever, it was like, what can they do next? You know what I'm saying? And, the intro, everything, man, was fire. You know what I'm saying? And the cool thing about Whodini, they was always fly.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? They wore the linens and the silks, you know what I mean? And when we were on tour, each group catered to a certain audience. Whodini had all the fly ladies that dress like women. You know what I'm saying?
Like adults.
Exactly. They wasn't dressing like boys.
Right.
I mean,
well, that works in nicely to the next song on the album, which is One Love.
Exactly.
So with One Love, Whodini, obviously a couple years later on the album you worked on, of course, we had the first, theoretically the first rap ballad, but with One Love.
That's it.
Yes. With One Love, though, I liked it how they were really talking about some of the regrets and some of the problems because, as you're well aware, especially at the time, rap was so full of bravado and everything. And this was a single, a love song, and it was showing regret.
Yeah, but see, that's the magic of Jalil. Mm-hmm. You know, him and his pen and his thought process. You know, he could get deep and really write some clever, witty stuff. And he showed it in that song.
Right. And then, even though Jalil did the overwhelming majority of the writing, what on that song in particular did you notice about the different voices with Ecstasy and Jalil?
It's X's cadence. He chop, you know what I mean? And Lil, you know, wrote it, you know what I'm saying? It's an incredible song. If you haven't listened to it lately, go listen to it, because it's dope.
Right.
Timeless.
And then on the flip side of things, they had I'm a Hoe also on this record.
Exactly.
Which, that was the first time as a kid I ever remember hearing a man refer to himself as a hoe. What about you?
Yeah. Thinking about it like that, yeah. Dudes didn't call themselves hoe. But once again, Jalil was like, let me shock him, and I'll call myself a hoe. And he's speaking on experiences by being on the road. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then...
Straggler hour.
Yes. But to that point, did what type of artistic variance, I guess, because the thing about Whodini, I think that they don't get enough acclaim for is beyond the fact that they were incredible, they had these great stories, but they also had so many different perspectives. And on Back in Black, just the songs we talked about with Funky Beat, you have just braggadocio, fun, what have you. You got One Love, Regrets, Ballad. You got I'm a Hoe, talking about being a hoe and like getting around with a lot of ladies.
And fun songs, you know what I'm saying? And I also think that during the writing process, they're envisioning their performance. You know what I'm saying? So when you see them perform the songs, they're so energetic and they have so much fun, you know, doing it. And the crowd knows the lyric and they sing along with it. So, you know, from an artistical standpoint, man, he hit a home run because people fell into the grooves of the song and appreciate it.
Yeah, and somebody who clearly appreciated going back to One Love is Nas had One Love on Illmatic, and then he had If I Ruled the World, where he took Kurtis Blow and Whodini from One Love.
See,
on
and that's a testament to greatness when you have other great individuals wanting to put their voice over a masterpiece.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not saying that they think that they can make it better or do it better, but it pays homage to, you know, the ones before them that created that, you know what I'm saying? So that creative process is what's really amazing about all of it, because when you go into a room, sometimes you don't really know what you're going to come out with. Mm-hmm. You know, you just sit down and start pounding, you know, and if the magic happens, it happens.
Well, one of the things in the very beginning of a song, speaking of using voices, is on Fugitive, is where we get the Don't Believe the Hype. That, like, that's using Fugitive from...
I believe that's X.
Yeah. Yeah. And that leads into Public Enemy, Don't Believe the Hype, I guess it would be 2.5 years later. But with when you see the greatness being applied elsewhere as a producer in particular, since that's something that you did, whether it was sampling or taking other things, how does that deepen your appreciation for the original, like a Fugitive, like a One Love?
Dude, let me tell you something. When we met Larry Smith,
The producer?
Absolutely. It was an honor, but Larry didn't sample.
Right.
All of that is
His funk.
yes, yes, that's his creation. You know what I'm saying? I would have loved to have been in the room with them while they were creating. You know what I mean? Because he played everything. Everything was played. It wasn't sampled.
Right.
It wasn't biting anybody either.
No, that's why they're phenomenal. And another song on that album that speaks to that and speaks to that brilliance, especially of Jalil with writing, was the Growing Up song, where he was talking about living and learning, kind of like a One Love, but more in general terms as opposed to...
That one slips my mind.
Okay.
That one slips my mind. My bad. Forgive me.
It's all good. But that was one of those songs where it was kind of like a coming of age and a little bit of like lessons of sort.
Absolutely. And again, Jalil's pen and his brain was just miles ahead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think another one of the overriding themes of Whodini's music is they were making actual songs, and they had a lot of choruses where they were kind of sung rap a lot of the time, and another one of those is the good part.
Yeah.
So that to me is one of the best choruses on the album.
When we gonna get to the good part? That's all I remember was the hook in that song. You know what I'm saying? I don't really remember, you know, the rhymes and the verses. But you know, you said something that made me think about something. Russell was masterful in emphasizing write good songs.
Okay. And he was managing them at the time.
Yes, write good songs.
Yeah.
You know
Rush
what I mean?
Productions.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's they had plenty of them. So now as we look back in Black, why do you say that this is one of the best albums?
Well, because of One Love, you know what I'm saying?
One of the best rap songs ever?
Probably their biggest record, in my opinion. And again, you know, the production, the time and quality that was put into it it makes it a great album. You know what I'm saying? So much respect, Jappa, Johnny. Yes, I love it.
Me too, man. And that's why we're here on Best Albums, to celebrate a lot of these great rap albums that people need to pay more attention to, and one of them is Whodini's Back in Black. So Darryl Pierce, thank you very much for coming through.
Yes, sir.
Unique Access Best Albums. I'm Soren Baker, Whodini, Back in Black.
That's part.
In the beginning, hip-hop was ruled by the East Coast. Then the West Coast rose to prominence, thanks to gangster rap.
Straight out of Compton, crazy motherfucker named Ice Cube.
Hip-hop changed the world. Gangster rap changed the narrative.
I'm representing for the gangsters all across the world.
And then changed the world again.
Cause I'll come and take your life away.
The History of Gangster Rap features unheard stories, unseen photos and documents, all with exclusive interviews from the founders and players who shaped gangster rap.
I think a real gangster rapper has to scare you a little bit.
The History of Gangster Rap, written by veteran rap journalist Soren Baker. In stores now.
Yo, what up? This is DJ Quick. Be sure to pick up my homeboy Soren Baker's book, The History of Gangster Rap, if you really want to know what we do.